Have you ever heard of Skinny Hulk? A Hulk who isn't massive. A Hulk who doesn't roar. A Hulk who looks more like a frightened child trapped in a giant's body. I know, it sounds strange, because when we think of the Hulk, we imagine an unstoppable force. A monster who can break planets, fight gods, and destroy entire armies alone. But today, I'm going to tell you the story of a Hulk who is nothing like that. And trust me, once you hear this story, you'll never look at Hulk the same way again. The story begins. It all starts on a cold, silent winter night. Snowflakes dance through the air, streetlights flicker, and the world feels frozen in time. A lonely man walks home carrying Christmas gifts, maybe for his kids, maybe for his family. He holds them tightly, protecting them from the snow, but one gift slips from the stack, falls to the ground. He bends down to pick it up, and right then, a tall, long arms, hollow cheeked, skinny Hulk appears in front of him. The man freezes, his breath turns cold. The man screams and sprints away into a dark alley. Skinny Hulk doesn't move, lost, confused, wondering why the man ran away. Because deep inside, Skinny Hulk is just trying to understand people. He looks at the fallen gift, and something inside him softens. For the first time, he smiles, a small, innocent smile. But that moment doesn't last long. Before Skinny Hulk can even touch the gift, a gigantic symbiote monster crashes onto the street. The man who ran earlier has now been overtaken by a violent, venom-like creature. It growls, its jaw splits open, and it lunges at Skinny Hulk. Skinny Hulk panics. He grabs a streetlight pole, breaks it open, and swings it with everything he has. But his hits are weak. The symbiote climbs the metal pole like a spider, crawls up his arm, and spreads across his chest, trying to consume him. Skinny Hulk screams, not in rage, but in fear. He's about to be completely eaten alive, and then, zap! He grabs exposed electrical wires, electrocuting the symbiote and himself. The shock tears them apart. Both collapse on the snowy street. Skinny Hulk lies there, trembling, barely alive. Skinny Hulk slowly sits up and looks again at the gift he wanted so badly to open. He opens the gift. Inside is just a hairdryer, nothing he can even use. Before he can even process that disappointment, two police officers arrive. They don't see an innocent figure. They see a monster. Without warning, bang, bang, bang! They open fire. Bullets bounce off Skinny Hulk's rocky skin. Scared and confused, he leaps into the sky. A massive jump, but the real danger isn't gone. Time passes. Skinny Hulk wanders the snowy streets of New York. Then suddenly, he sees a toy store. Inside the window, a small 3D model and memories begin to force their way into Bruce Banner's mind. Memories from childhood. His father smashing his Christmas toys, yelling, breaking things, hurting Bruce's mother, hurting Bruce himself. Skinny Hulk begins trembling, and then he breaks. He punches the entire 3D toy display, shattering it into pieces. Pieces of anger. And in that emotional chaos, Skinny Hulk undergoes a painful, disgusting transformation. When the transformation settles, he is no longer Skinny Hulk. He is now Joe Fixit, a smart, sarcastic, gray Hulk variant from another reality. A Hulk with attitude, with swagger, but right now, confused out of his mind. He looks around the toy store, and before he can understand anything, the two symbiote monsters burst through the glass. Fixit tries to transform into the regular Hulk, but Skinny Hulk inside him is still too emotionally broken to respond. So Fixit runs through the mall. The monsters chase him, hungry, vicious, relentless. Fixit leads them through several stores, leaving strange blue footprints behind. A trail. The monsters follow the footprints to a room full of giant speakers. The moment they step inside, boom! Fixit switches every speaker to max volume. The sound waves split the symbiotes apart, ripping their bodies into liquid pieces. But the speakers burn out. The monsters begin reforming. Fixit doesn't wait. He grabs a hairspray and a lighter, and with one giant flame, whoosh! He burns both symbiotes into nothing. Smoke fills the room. Fixit coughs, breathes heavy, and finally relaxes. The threat is gone. As Fixit walks away, something soft hits his mind. Skinny Hulk, crying, alone, heartbroken because even on Christmas, he never got a toy he could enjoy. He walks back into the toy store and he buys toys. Not for Joe Fixit, not for Bruce Banner, but for the innocent, emotionally fragile Skinny Hulk inside him. And when Skinny Hulk sees them, his eyes shine. He smiles again, the same pure smile from earlier. He sits on the floor, playing with the toys like a child discovering happiness for the first time. Snow continues falling outside. The city sleeps. If this story touched you even a little, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the bell icon, because I promise this channel will show you a side of the MCU you've never seen before.